Spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet. Hey, we're back. We have the Red Terran player, himself, representing Team 3D Clan. It is MilkiCow. I'll fix up the player names. There we go. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the German Protoss player, the blue Protoss for Streamer Zone. It is Jumy. Let's go. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our PvT. Now, if you are maybe a little bit unfamiliar with our players, both MilkiCow and Jumy are hyper aggressive. They're both very aggressive, very cheesy. Jumy can play macro, he can play mid game, he can play late game if he needs to, but often he doesn't want to. Like, often he does thrive in the mid game. Meanwhile, MilkiCow is also, again, one of the more aggressive Terran players in Europe. He's definitely up there, so we do expect all-ins, right? I expect, even on larger maps, I'm gonna expect like 2 base all-ins at a MilkiCow every single time. So it's just getting humid in here. Just opening up the room. But so far, double gas opener, faster factory, delayed CC. This can lead into mine drops, can lead into early cyclone, Reaper Hellion. Let's find out. Oh, very early attack lab here out of MilkiCow. Now, what I will say, if you recall, I mentioned earlier how 1 base all-ins are possible here with double gas openers, and I would not expect them out of inexorable, but I do expect them out of MilkiCow. So here we go, 1 base all-in. So I mentioned earlier that when I think of 1 base all-ins, I think of Gumiho, I think of Ryung, I think of MilkiCow, I think of Honmono. Like, there are definitely some key players that do embrace this sort of style. Going double factory, mass Hellion, Cyclone. Okay. Do we go straight into Cyclone production, or do we go into Blue Flame? Okay, Cyclone production has begun. Likewise, it's the second tech lab for another add-on swap into double Cyclone production. 1 base all in, and we might even pull the boys with this just to repair. Oh boy. Meanwhile, Jumy currently is unaware. Jumy, he sees nothing. Jumy saw the double gas opener. He saw the faster factory. That's all he saw. That's all he knows. We need that hallucination. Here we go. Hallucination moves out. The initial Cyclone's already pushing. It's already moving out with the first Cyclone. There we go. He spots the rags. He knows. Yeah, now he knows 100%. Mass Cyclones are coming. He needs batteries. As he's got 1 battery here on the low ground. He's going to need more than that. Lock on the sentry. No major damage yet. But does strip away some of the shields. Now, I assume this is going to be a 1 base all-in, and it is hyper-aggressive, but we do see an expansion behind this, which is odd to me. But there's an expansion. Well, Cyclones gets low, does kite back. Still only 1 battery. Yeah, with 1 battery, Jumy's going to lose everything. Yeah, Jumy, he will lose everything here. Remember, Jumy, he saw the 1 base all-in coming. We needed like a 2nd and 3rd shield battery, and that might just be game. Oh, God. I say that, another pylon is thrown down. The Cyclones are still very low. We have more Cyclones reinforcing. It takes out another Stalker. Yeah, boys are being pulled. Oof. Depowers the shield batteries. Yeah, depowers the batteries. 2 Stalkers remaining. Bit of awkward control. Takes out another Stalker. Down to 2. The mass Cyclone. The Cyclones, papi. Oh, no. There's so many. Yeah, it takes down the battery. There's energy overcharge. God, the lock-ons are crazy. Takes out another Stalker. And again, shout out to MilkiCow. He hasn't lost a single Cyclone yet. Oh, going for Blink. He gets it. Blink is denied. No, no. Oh, one Cyclone goes down. Okay. Takes out one of the Cyclones. Jumy, he's holding his own. It looks like finally MilkiCow, he has to back up. He has to retreat. His Cyclones are too low. Ah, he's still going in, though. Bold move. He's still going further in. MilkiCow playing with fire. And he should just back off. Just back off from here. He's getting into maximum accelerators. He did not kill Jumy, but look at this reaction here. Oh my god, so much resources invested into batteries. He throws down 6 more batteries, 7 in total. Massive commitment here. Alongside, of course, lack of blink. That's also even more important. There's no blink for these stalkers. Oh, MilkiCow here extends. Throwing away 2 free Cyclones. Every Cyclone does count. Especially with mech, your army isn't really that large. Oh, that was on MilkiCow. It's a big mistake. Big misstep. Jumy's recovering. Jumy has yet to rebuild his Twilight Council. So still no council. There we go. Just now throwing down a very, very late. And now he confirms. So now Jumy confirms that there is a natural base. So Jumy, he's now aware that he's behind economically. So he's down in economy. 3rd CC is already in production. Factory for, sorry, armory for upgrades. Sorry, that's a 4th CC. I just he already has a 3rd. Oh no. So what's scarier than mech? A mech army with a better economy. That's terrifying. And that's kind of what we're getting here. Well, that is what we're getting. So you have Blue Flame on the way, blowing down additional factories. As he does try to break out, tanks are slowly leapfrogging forward. At this point, I feel like the goal here for MilkiCow is just turtle. Just slowly break out here with his tanks, with the siege lines. We might be here for a while. I know that it began with hyper aggression, but now it's very quickly slowing down. That makes sense. very quickly we're screeching to a halt here, making mainly tanks, no more Cyclones, going into Hellions for some buffer, but it's going to be a much more tank heavy composition. Yep, throwing down a wall of turrets, sensor towers, planetaries. Yep, planetary is the 3rd base. So I was excited to see MilkiCow just pop off and be nothing but like aggressive all-ins, but nope. Well, I mean, we began that way, but now we're just slowing things down quite heavily here and getting into mech. Now, when it comes to mech and TvP, it is viable. We do see Clem embrace mech from time to time. Clem, Cure, Maru, like all the top Terran players do mix it in, but they usually mix it in like once in a best of 5, that sort of thing. It's quite rare to see them rely on it. Mech is a really good surprise build in TvP, but if your opponent has, you know, forewarning ahead of time, it can be quite difficult to pull off just because how useful zealots are, right? Charge ults are so good against mech, against all things mech, really, against Cyclones and tanks. They're very, very efficient, much more than, say, Lings from the Zerg side of things. Like, zealots are so much more tanky to be able to close that distance and get on top of the mech army. Likewise, Immortals, they're tank busters themselves. Switching into Disruptor. Interesting. I would have thought we would have seen like a switch into Sky Toss or something of that nature, but no. Going for Disruptors. Diving into the main, going for the add-ons, not bad. Getting a Tech Lab Reactor, Hellbats, nice force field on the ramp, catching another tank. And this is getting out of hand here. This is becoming critical damage. The boys are being pulled. Another force field. Oh my god. That might just be game. Another force field. This army cannot do anything. He's trying to get in. He's trying to get into his own main. Another force field. Ay, ay, ay. We just need one more sentry. Oh, the immortal does rally in. The tanks, they just pop up. No more force fields. The army finally breaks through. But the damage here is insane. 19 SCV kills. This army is going to be cleaned up. But again, Jumy, he dealt critical damage. 20 SCVs, and of course the production's on fire. Won't quite get the armory. Now the question is, was this worth it? Behind this Jumy, he's on what, 4, soon to be 5 bases. He's building up his disruptors, mainly throwing away gateway units. True. As Elsa gets to the middle line, we could have seen more damage here. But there we go, getting up to 32. 32 SCVs. So Jumy does cripple his opponents, but the army is now in favor of MilkiCow. Like, if we had maybe 2 more force field, even 1 more force field, I think Jumy kills like 3 factories. Like, he would have achieved so much more damage here. Barely nuts. And what concerns me is the lack of, I mean, I should say, the amount of tanks, right? We have so many tanks. Not many tanks were killed in that engagement, in that assault into the main. So the tank count is still very healthy. Jumy shocking around. Jumy does shocking around. Again, it's a very expensive army for Jumy. He's got to be careful. Cyclone's gonna be, oh, the Cyclone's gonna be going down, losing 2. 2 Cyclones. Nash uses the tall grass. Prison towards the main base. We have more turrets and Cyclones in position. Jumy does clip the army. So far, nice run bys. Again, the game is stabilizing. We're maxing out. Again, the movement to the main base could have ended the game, but as you mentioned, he just ran out of force fields. And this main armor was never dealt with. It feels like this is late. Sky toss. So 2 more Stargates and a fleet beacon. It feels like we should have seen this a little bit earlier. Again, I wasn't too fond of the disruptor transition. Going into disruptors like this did delay the Sky toss. And so far, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't quite worth. Or was it? Gets 1. It takes on the Cyclone. It gets 3 towards the end. 3 Cyclones, 2 Hellions. And again, just trading, nothing major. Shipping away at the army. Tempest production has begun. I will say that MilkiCow is not quite ready for Tempest. He should be switching into Thor soon, like Thor Cyclone. Instead, switching into Mine. I mean, he still has a decent Cyclone count, true. All the Cyclones. He has an answer to a low amount of Tempest. But otherwise he'll need Vikings and Thors. As tanks stays turned away. So back to the army. Zelda coming from behind. Nice round. Very nice round. And he does get on top of the tanks. Yeah, Jumy collapsing in. Takes out, what, 4 tanks. And again, you can see the power of the Zealot. As long as they can get on top of the army, they can just eviscerate here the tank count and the Cyclones. And Jumy mainly trains out Zealots. He preserves his Disruptors, he preserves the Immortals, and more importantly, here come the Tempest. At the same time, Thor production has begun, making 6 Thors at a time. Checking the scans here, yep, did confirm Skytoss, so MilkiCow is aware. He's aware of what's going on. It's getting ready. I sell it run by. A little bit surprising the CC wasn't a planetary. We had command centers to spare. Oh, links into the mines. Jesus. Yeah, mine shall say pop off. This is a messy fight here from Jumy. Very messy. That was what, 7 Novas to kill 1 Thor? Like, we gotta get out of here. And Jumy's in trouble. Disruptors are on cooldown. He has no gateway army. Lock-ons are brutal. He'll be losing Immortals and Disruptors. And Jumy losing everything. Nova does connect. But taking expensive losses at the same time. Zelte busts into the middle line once again. Again, there's just no planetary here. There's no defense. We're trading bases. And how many Tempests do we have? 7. A decent amount. 7 Tempests. Jumy's building up. We just see MilkiCow taking one of Jumy's bases, which is terrifying. He has to stop it. We've got to move in. MilkiCow is still trying to perfect his army. It's very Thor heavy, which is quite clunky. I'm not too fond of the amount of Thors that we have. We could have achieved this with maybe less Thors and more Vikings, but we'll see how this works. Let me say turn away. You can see the Thors, they're trying to engage. Does shred the armor. Does shred the armor. Once again, another counterattack, another run by. Recall defense center right. All the wide shots. Oof. Gets an Archon. The attempted flanking Novas. Let's go. A bit of a messy retreat here by MilkiCow. Again, the mass Thor composition here is very immobile. Very immobile. And Jumy's pulling this off. Again, MilkiCow, he has no bank. He has no bank. He's been losing too much. He has all these CCs, but I mean... Still has no resources. Tempest, they rotate. Nice revelation. Tempest, they do move too far forward here. Oh, and every Tempest is going to be focused down. Yeah, down to 1. Jumy was on a move there. You can kite back against those Thors. But Jumy may be a little bit distracted. Uh-oh. You want a nice counterattack. Cyclones and an expansion. Even the mineral line as well. We're getting messy. Oh. Yeah, we're getting very, very messy here. Oh my god. Yeah, mines are going up. 21 probes go down. Likewise, center left is falling. And finally, we have Viking production. So we have room for more tanks, more cyclones. Oh, speaking of, as Hellions, they bust into the bottom left. They bust into another mineral line. Jumy's not running out of bank himself. I'm sure it goes up. It does pick up a couple of SCVs. I think MilkiCow is having a hard time engaging. His army is just too thick. It's too thick, baby. Oh. Nice time for the Raven. And Raven goes down. Thors, they try to engage. Once again, going to be zoned away. Cyclones, they come in from behind. Nice flank. Very nice flank. Catching at 1, 2, all barely not all that. Barely not on Tempest. 1 barely survives. On 2 HP. Oof, I spoke there. Never mind. All the Tempests go down. Zel's coming first round. Very nice run by. Very nice round. Zell say flank, they catch out a couple of Thors, and now we're in a really awkward game state. Where exactly are we economically? We do have some CCs, we have more orbitals floating over. The mules will help for sure here when it comes to MilkiCow's economy. Down to 44 SCVs. Essentially 1 base economy as he floats over his own natural. Oof. I believe his natural floats over here bottom left. So he doesn't have many expansions, doesn't have many SCVs. At the same time, Jumy, he does have top right. He has more efficient mining, even if just so slightly. Tempest are gonna calm down. Does rotate. Again, Jumy's going to be the first to max out, and MilkiCow, he just doesn't have the economy to sustain these losses. Just doesn't have it. Jumy's looking for another way in. Again, trading here is positive for Jumy. Ideally does want to trade. As Jumy is maxed. So I'm sorry, DT counterattack on left hand side. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of Templar. And no detection. Yeah, there's no detection. Remember, the orbitals are limited. Jumy diving in, chasing back the Thors. DT's where we're going. Oh, we're getting caught out. But GG gets called. Jumy he overwhelms, and Jumy takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Ay, ay, ay. GG, well played. Jumy does take a lead in the series. Again, it all began with a hyper-aggressive build out of MilkiCow, and he was achieving so much damage. But we mentioned at the time, we saw that MilkiCow, he then slowed the game down. He did lose a couple too many cyclones, of course, did try to build himself up. The big moment for Jumy when everything swung in his favor initially was the dive into the main and the non-stop force fields. Being able to force field the ramp and zone MilkiCow out of his own main base and his own main expansion, that did take away a little momentum that MilkiCow should have otherwise had. And then we had a bit of a back and forth. I'm not in love with the idea of MilkiCow switching into Mass Thor. If you remember, he had like 10 to 11 Thors at one point, 2 Thor heavy against Skytoss. We did mention that ideally you want less Thors and more Vikings to be able to free up some supply for more tanks or more cyclones, so you have just a more mobile composition in general here. We saw just a massive commitment to Thors, and because of that we saw so much difficulties when it came to trying to keep up with the movement, trying to keep up with the army, and trying to keep up with Jumy. But GG, well played. With that, we're now getting to game number 2. Going to be loading into loading into Tourmaline. Let's go. Let us go. Going to be loading into Tourmaline, and we'll see if MilkiCow can bounce back and force the ace match. We'll see if Jumy can claim it here and now. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the red Terran player. I have to fix up the names. With the red Terran, we have the red Terran for Team 3D Clan. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is MilkiCow. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the German Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Jumy. Jumy. Hold on. Un momento. Filters. There we go. Bam. So we're getting into game number 2 here. And again, we had a crazy start to game 1 with the double factory one base play. I don't expect to see MilkiCow go mech again, though. Again, as I mentioned before, usually it's something you rely on once in a series. You don't really want to do it too often. So I'm leaning more towards bio. And again, we've seen a lot of very strong 2-base all-ins on Tourmaline, or even 1-base all-ins off of a bio opener. So eyes are on at MilkiCow. We expect committed aggression this time. Here's what we're expecting. As Jumy does pick up the ramp. Checks the main, double gas opener once again out of MilkiCow. No shot it goes double factory again, right? I mean, he's going for the same opener. It's going to be racks into factory, into early marine to deny the scout. So the scout's being denied once again. Early tech lab. It looks like the same build. Early tech lab into add-on swap into cyclone into another factory. We're expecting a second factory here. Now, if it's the same build, it will hit harder. True. As the bases are more exposed. There's the initial add-on swap. And show us that second factory. No. I mean, it's still one base all in, but we're going for a 1-1-1 instead at starport, not factory. Ah. Okay, yeah, my attention. Are we going into, are we going into drilling claws? Into mass Widowmines? Into Widowmine drops? Like, no shot we're going Hellbats, right? It's got to be drilling claws. Question mark? Yo, thank you so much, son of a Vulcan. Gah, baby, God. Thank you so much. Estes fuck. But thank you so much for subscribing for 4 months. We appreciate the support. Hope you enjoy the content, the casting of the StarCraft. Thank you, puppy. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Aye. I need to get back around to watching Deep Space Nine. I need to. I have a bad habit of only watching shows when I'm like doing other things, and Star Trek is one of those shows where like I get engrossed and I want to watch it, which means I can't multitask. So and it's makes it difficult to find the time to watch something like that. Makes it difficult. Do you know where we can find the Lily Cup replay pack? I believe we provided them to our subscribers. I believe that should have been the case. But I believe for Rongi Cup and Lily Cup, that's something that we have provided. Meanwhile, as we assumed, it is going to be Drilling Claws. So fast Drilling Claws into Wood Mine drops. Here comes the first Wood Mine here across the map. Back at home, it is going to be 3-gate Blink. Sorry, 4-gate Blink Stalker, but no Robo, no detection, no Observer. Oh. As Wood Mine does burrow in. Oh, the retarget, let's go. The retargeting delays as much as he can. So much lost mining time. And as yet to reveal, but I mean, there's no Drilling Claws yet, to be fair. We go first shot goes off. Denies so much mining. Here comes the next wave. This time with the upgrade. Jumy does not see the armory. And again, this is going to be brutal. Just because there is no Stargate or Robo or Forge. It's 4-gate Blink. Did I say 4? It's 6. It's a 2-base 6-gate Blink all in. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, what do I do? Burrow. Oh my god, massive connections. 4 probes going down. And here comes Jumy. It's all or nothing. 6 gateways, 2 base all in. Bunkers are being thrown down, and 1 bunker's already done. We gotta fill up. Oh, yeah, it does go for the dive. Nice force shield. Does stop any repairs. Yeah, no repairs on the first bunker. Tank does siege up. Blink is on cooldown. Ooh, and Jumy cannot break through. Yeah, Jumy, he's going for the dive. Yeah, does dive in. Gets a tank. Down to 5 stalkers. Down to 4. Yeah, 3 stalkers left. GG gets called. Jumy, he cannot break through. He cannot overwhelm. And MilkiCow will type the series 1-1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Across the map, again, there was no detection, so more mine shots were going off, more probes were going down. Again, we saw that Jumy was almost hard countered as he had 0 detection and was going all in himself. GG. GG, well played. Just 2 base, I should say, Jumy going for a 2 base all in, and instead, MilkiCow going for a cheeky build by rushing into that Drilling Claws. GG. GG, well played. An intense game 2 here, and now it all comes down to game number 3. Now, we've seen some quirky builds out of MilkiCow every game so far. Game 1, we saw double factory mech. Game 2, we saw 1-1-1 into early armory, into early Drilling Claws. Game 3, what do you have for us? In the bottom right hand corner, we have the red Terran player for Team 3D Clan, tying up the series 1-1, forcing the ace match. It is MilkiCow. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss, the German Protoss for Streamer Zone. It is Jumy. But yes, we should probably advertise a little bit more, but we do give out replay packs to our subscribers and to our patrons, depending on the tier of patron, of course. I think it's like $5. But we got replay packs of our tournaments, and tournaments we have permission to share as well, including Lily Cup. But otherwise, we are going for a double gas opener. Okay. Opening up double gas once again. Again, we've seen double gas every game so far at a MilkiCow. Last game, it was double gas into a factory, into a starport, into a hidden armory, into Drilling Claws. Show us what you got this time. Why is there frustration in the chat? OSC. OSC. Jumy going for a standard opener. There's that factory follow-up. Once again, Marine first. The Marine will be hunting down the probe, will be denying the scouts, and from here we can go for the early tech lab. We've done so every game so far in the series. Yeah, we just wall the probe in. And show us that tech. No, reactor this time. Okay, for the first time this series, reactor not tech lab is looking like a more standard build here. We should be seeing a command center next. Should be. As from here, we can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can go for an add-on swap. Stargate opener out of Jumy. Bold move. Stargate play is quite rare nowadays. We often do see this on larger maps, and Title Citadel is one of the larger maps of the map. Well, I mean, compared to 10,000 feet and Ruby Rock. So Jumy also does mix it up. Meanwhile, there's that faster command center out of MilkiCow. I'm going to say faster command center, faster compared to every other game in this series. So MilkiCow going for a much more standard opener. Here come the committed mine drops. So by the time he has his medevac, he may be able to build up to 4 Widow Mines and might even continue mine drop play as well. Jumy should be backing up those Phoenixes. Phoenixes are on the way. Now, ideally, as a Protoss player, you want to save these Phoenixes. You want to bank them up back at home. You want to keep them hidden. And then, bam, once MilkiCow arrives with the Widow Mines, then you're able to surprise him with said Phoenixes to shut down the Widow Mines and also shut down the medevac as well. Are they Marauder? Huh. Okay. Are we going for a main push? Like, we already have 4 mines. We can build up to 6. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Going for the swap. Mine drop is going to be on the way. So far, we have 2 Phoenixes back at home, 3 Phoenixes in production. Here comes a drop. Get spotted. Get spotted by Jumy. Jumy is aware. Likewise, getting his robo, getting detection. Observers on the horizon. There's only 3 Widow Mines in the medevac. The 4th is waddling across the map on the ground. Phoenix is yet to be revealed. MilkiCow trying to drag back into the mine. Okay. Mine shot goes off, but he's going to be chased down. And he will lose that medevac. Oh, does boost away. Lifting up the Widow Mines. Oh. Yeah, quite close. Widow Mines are going to be dealt with. And cleans up all the mines. At least the medevac does make it out. At least does confirm the Stargate. But 0 economic damage. And no economic damage is dealt. Took down 3 adepts. From here, MilkiCow is stuck at home. MilkiCow is contained. And again, we're going old school, going Phoenix into Colossus. I mean, we're getting there in a bit of a more awkward fashion, but again, much more old school. Rarely seen nowadays. So far, nice harass out of Jumy. Gets into the mineral line, catching out 3 more SCVs. Not bad. In doing so, he's expanding, claiming his 3rd. Building up a greater economy. And again, the goal here is to contain. To contain a MilkiCow. And to delay any kind of move out. As MilkiCow is forced to make Vikings, so limited medevacs, limited drop play. Still just that one medevac from the start of the game. He's massing up. 3rd TC out of MilkiCow. He's not going all in. Behind this is expanding. Saturating. Here comes the first Colossus for Jumy. And this is a bold move out of MilkiCow. He is moving out. Bearing in mind this is pre-stim, so the bio army here isn't really too effective when it comes to buffering. Or I should say when it comes to DPS. It's just really a buffer zone here for the tanks. Jumy, he spotted the initial move out, but he doesn't see the main army. Not yet. Uh-oh. Jumy gets across the map. SCVs are going down at the same time. MilkiCow is just going straight for the natural. He can get on top of the Robo. The Robo's exposed. He can go for it. Oh. Doesn't engage with the Immortals. Tanks through siege. There's the recall. Yeah, there's recall. Go back home. Massive tank shots. Immortal goes down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Jumy, he's in danger here. He's in trouble. At the same time, drop it to the main. First Colossus has arrived. Defends the main base. At the same time, MilkiCow, he's waddling in. And he slows this forward. Now, all these Phoenixes, they should catch the tanks at least, but now they on siege. Yeah, they're protected. We have 4 tanks in total. 12 probes go down, chasing down the Immortal as well. Massive pickoff. Oof. And Jumy's losing too much. He's losing far too much here. Sure, he has Phoenixes, but he needs more than that. He needs a Gateway army. Phoenixes, they try to engage. We have plenty of Vikings. Vikings, they punish the Phoenixes. And tanks, they siege. They siege up. They take down the third. Oof. Third base will go down. And again, Jumy just didn't see this coming. He didn't know. He had all those Phoenixes, but he failed to see the move out. He wasn't ready for this. And with that MilkiCow, he has arrived. Massive tank shots on the Colossus. Does focus it down. Nice target firing. And GG gets called. GG gets called. There's nothing left to defend. And MilkiCow, he will claim the series 2-1, taking down Jumy. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Very diverse play here by MilkiCow. Again, game 1 he played mech. Game 2 we saw early drilling claws, and here in game 3 we did have a committed mine drop opener into the early tank push. But once again, Jumy, he had a decent start. He shut down the mine drop, he delayed and contained his opponents, but he failed to spot the move out. He didn't see the army committing across the map. Jumy was out of position. That's why he recalled back home. Ideally, with all those Phoenixes, you want to delay the push. You want to pick away at reinforcements and chip away at the fringe areas of that army, like tanks, like Vikings. Alas, he didn't see anything coming. He wasn't able to prepare shield batteries back at home, unable to warp in. The pants were down. The pants were down. GG, well played. And MilkiCow does snowball out of control. It does claim that series. And with that, we have 1 series left in the upper brackets. This time switching over into a PvZ. Going to be covering GG Machine versus Rebellion. Let's go.